Hit it hard in California, and you know how it is. You can't say much about those things. To the rim and drawing a foul, Cliff Ekanem. But the answer to your question is going well. We'll just leave it at that. And that's going to be a foul against the Big E, number 4. In Boston watching, possibly on Fox College Sports. And Steve, thanks for dialing us up and dropping the email into the inbox at lumberjacktalk@nau.edu.
Boy, the Big E needs to remain vertical when challenging the shooter like that. If he would have just kept his arms totally vertical and not come down at all on the shooter, we wouldn't be at the free throw line right now.
First free throw is good from Ekanem. Ekanem will check out of the game and be replaced by Ben Olienka. And the Big E having a big game has to take a seat on the bench with 4 fouls. Here's Ekanem at the line. Short. Ekanem gets his own miss. Out for a 3. That's good. Jeffrey Forbes with a 3-point shot for Eastern Washington gives them the lead at 57-54.
NAU really needs to answer this time. They need to get into a good half-court set, move without the ball, set good screens on the ball to create some space.
Saldivar with it. Pushes off the hand of Winford. It's crossover, and Winford on the deck, foul. And that's why this team commits 23 personal fouls per game, which is number 3 in all of the NCAA Division I ranks. 23 fouls per game. Howard is number 1 in that category at 23.7.
Eastern seems to sense if the offensive player is going to get by him, if they sense they're going to get beat, they just put their hands out and hold, or they push and bump, and it leads to a high number of fouls by the time the game's over. 40 minutes of that's going to contribute to 23, 24 fouls. First
free throw from Stalin Saldivar is good. Saldivar, a very reliable free throw shooter. This is his 82nd game, 55th start as a Lumberjack, and the second free throw is good, which does away with the theory that Jeff just wrote in, saying that he notices every time the Jacks are at the line and I talk, they miss. Can I please be quiet when the Jacks are free throw shooting? Well, that theory didn't quite hold water. Miss on the layup. Nice rebound off the defensive glass. Here's Rogers. Spot up. 3-shot. Air ball. Gabe still looking for that shot coming off of the shoulder injury. And here come the Eagles back the other way, leading by a point, 57-56. Tremaine Johnson traveling violation.
He also leaned in.
To the break we go at the 7:43 mark of the second half. 57-56, Eagles with the lead. This is Big Sky Conference Hoops. Thank you. Cheerleaders are actually on the other side of the court. We'll get a shot of them too, don't worry. Cindy Catazone, our producer, director, is doing a great job. There's the cheerleaders. We have the dance squad and the cheerleaders. JD curling top of the key. Oh, in and out of the cylinder, no good. It's rebounded by Big Cliff.
Well, Eastern has stayed true to form. They've shot 18 3-pointers for tonight, 7 of 18. So they have almost doubled NAU's 1 for 6.
Here's a deep 3, Hickert. Money. I'm telling you, Jordan Hickert, in just 13 minutes per game off of the bench, comes out and just looks for 3-point shots. You give him any space. He's 6'9" out of Bunbury, Australia. Here's a 3, done. No good. Too long. Rebounded underneath Buernick, but they're going to whistle a foul called, and this one's going against the home team. And that's unfortunate because G Money was going to the rim. And it's going against Buernick, I believe, was it?
Yes.
And now 1-and-1. Team foul number 8 for the Lumberjacks. And this will put Cliff Ekanem at the line, who has 11 rebounds tonight, 8 points. He's not attempted a free throw, and he's a 64% free throw shooter this season.
Well, I was checking my math there, Mitch. They've actually tripled our attempts, not doubled them. So they've got 19 as opposed to our 6.
The Nigerian-born Ekanem makes the first free throw. Now he'll get a bonus. Born in Nigeria. Went to Canyon Springs High School in Moreno Valley, California, the high desert outside of Los Angeles. Second free throw bounces around but goes in. Substitution. Darrell Norman in for Galen Buernick. Norman, the senior. 6:52 mark of the second half, and it's now a 4-point lead for Eastern Washington. 62-56. Here's Douglas. Nice pass underneath the E. Reverse layup. Yes!
I'll check your math too now. That's a 4-point lead now. Now we're down to a 4.
Now we're down to a 4. Thanks for checking my math, Coach. Man-to-man defense for the Lumberjacks. Here's another three, Hickory. That one's off the mark, no good, and Big E got the nice defensive rebound. Saldivar on the left side, skips it over to the right to Dunn. Dunn, penetrate to Norman. Norman strong to the lane. Yes! And one! And Darrell Norman draws yet another foul. Or no, they're going to say charging call. Well, now when I look at the replay, I can see that. That's a pretty good charge take by Cliff Ephraim. Got to give him credit for that one. That's too bad. Norman is furious.
It could have been a great transition. It could have been. It's a huge turnaround. I think they need to take 2 points off the board.
They're going to have to clean this up a little bit. Even the scoreboard operator thought it might have been a foul on the shot. Norman can't believe it. Look at this. He is just beside himself on the Lumberjack bench. Norman is fouled out of the game. That's part of his indignation right now. And he needs to be careful here. As Will Hensley comes over and probably says exactly that. Be careful, Darrell. And he's still jawing. He needs to be careful.
It's going to be such a huge swing in momentum, and it's a critical factor to have him on the bench for the last 6 minutes and 15 seconds. It's unfortunate, but NAU needs to put it behind him and focus on playing great half-court defense.
Norman fouls out with 11 points with 2 rebounds. Ephraim. Ball grabbed out of his hands by the Big E, but a foul being called, and it's going to be against the Big E. Now fouls becoming an issue for the home team. That's 5 against the Big E. Now in consecutive plays here, the Jacks have fouled out 2 players, 2 bigs. And Big E is fouled out of the game with a career-high 15 points to go along with his 7 rebounds. He has fouled out of the game. 26 points has fouled out of the game, basically. Free throw number 1 is good. Between Norman and the Big E, they've scored 26 of NAU's 58 points, and they have both fouled out.
Well, we're going to need to find some offense in those backcourt guards because they're going to need to control the game from this point forward.
Well, Ben Olienka is going to have to step up now big, as a big. Here's Dunn, draws a foul. This will put Mike Dunn to the line. Max Jacobson is not available, the other big player for NAU. Mad Max is battling a bad back, and he is in street clothes, not available. The transfer out of Lake Oswego, Oregon. So losing the 2 bigs, Norman and Ekanem, going to put some pressure on Galen Buernick and Ben Olienka. Here's Dunn at the line. Free throw. Yes, it's good. The foul was called against Colin Shiverton.
If NAU can continue to break them down defensively with the dribble and penetrate and draw the contact, they can get themselves to the line. It's going to be tough to put the ball inside to either 40 or to number 20 because of the size mismatch.
Both free throws good from Mike Dunn. And now Jacks again, 2-2-1. Up court, 3 from the right side, no good. Come on, Money. And it's rebounded, loose ball by James Douglas. Jacks down by a 3 shot with the possession. Here's Dunn, whips it over to Saldivar. He's got an open look from the left corner. No good on the 3 shot. Rebounded by Koloman. 5.5 to go. Eastern up by 3 and with possession. Here's little Cliff.
On the maids, NAU is going to employ a full court man pressure defense, but when you miss, you can't get into that pressure defense to create the turnover. So now they're going to have to do it in a half-court set.
And we've got a whistle underneath away from the ball. This is going against Ben Olienka.
NAU foul number 40, Ben Olienka, his third.
That is now 3 on Big Ben. And both teams are in the double bonus. So this will put LaRon Griffin to the line, who is 1 of 2 at the line tonight and is a 53.4% free throw shooter this season. This is a double bonus. First one's good. Here's a hello from Rockford, Illinois, from Craig, watching on FCS. Loving the high school intimacy of our gymnasium. You're a scoring big man away from being a really interesting team. Hang in there, Jacks. Second free throw is good. That's a pretty keen observation, Craig. Appreciate that.
I think that's what Coach Brown has been saying, for the past 6 or 7 weeks, that they're just a little shy in the paint, that they don't have quite enough to play with the big guys. But recruiting is going to take care of that.
If NAU is going to come back from this 5-point deficit, they're going to have to do it without 2 of their key offensive players right now. The 2 bigs who have fouled out of the game, Darrell Norman and Ephraim Ekanem. Down by 5. Here's JD. 3-shot. Yeah, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles. Cliff Ederay. Still lots of time in this game. Thanks for those emails. Craig from Rockford, Illinois, watching on FCS Lumberjack Talk at nau.edu. Cliff Koloman skips it over to the left side as Parker Kelly with it now. NAU man-to-man on the defensive look. 9 to shoot. 7 to shoot. Here's Big Cliff. Dumps it underneath for Kelly. Got the easy look at it. Timeout, Eastern Washington. With 4:05 to go in regulation, and Eastern up by 7.
3-possession ball game right now. NAU can easily get themselves back into this.
67 to 60, under 4 to go. Douglas can't quite get that reverse layup to fall, but Olienka chases down the offensive rebound. Nice hustle play by Big Ben. Now it's done with the basketball. Galen Buernick gets that one to go off of the glass.
Really strong move to the basket. It could have easily been contact there, the good old-fashioned 3-point play, but, just to complete that play is a good sign for us.
All right, we have a timeout on the court beat. Here's an email from Mike in Austin, Texas. The refs have to be out of breath with all the whistles watching on FCS. That's a great email. Mike, thanks for that email from the Lone Star State. Here's Parker Kelly, 3-shot. No good, short. Buernick up high for the defensive rebound. Quickly to Dunn. Dunn underneath the basket. Dumps it off to Eastern Washington's Cliff Koloman, or Ederay, pardon me. NAU can't not afford to turn the ball over like that on many more possessions. Down by 5. Eastern Washington does not turn the ball over often than they just did. Just like that. Here's Saldivar to the rim. Yes! And one. Stalin Saldivar draws the foul. He'll go to the rim, make the layup, and now go to the line. And Cliff Koloman picks up the foul. His third.
This is reminiscent of the Monday night game against Northern Colorado when NAU was down by 10 or 11 with 90 seconds to go and managed to close the gap.
Danny Cheek checks into the game for the first time, the true freshman out of Corona Del Mar High School in Southern California. At the line, Saldivar.
I'm anticipating if this is made, the NAU will go into a full court pressure.
No make, no pressure. 2:15 to go. Jacks down by 3, 67 to 64. That's a 2-point shot. Missed, no good. Mike Dunn up high for the rebound.
That was great awareness by Stalin. He didn't want to battle his own teammate for the rebound there.
Here's Stalin with the ball. Stalin down the right side of the lane. Penetrate, kick out to Dunn on the right side. Couple of jab steps down the drive on Kelly. Picks it up in the key. He's not in trouble now. He needs some help. Out to Cheek. Danny Cheek had the ball just knocked right out of his hands. Douglas couldn't quite chase it down. Eagles have the basketball. Leading by 3, 67-64 with 1:38 to go. NAU does not need the foul yet by any means.
No, this is just a one-possession ball game. If Eastern takes the air out of the ball and tries to slow it down, sometimes that really takes the momentum away.
That's what they're doing right now, 10 to shoot. Here's Ephraim, back up top, back to Ephraim. Kick out to Kelly. He's got his feet set, 3-shot. Oh, dear. Timeout, Jim Hafer. Parker Kelly, I said this in the first half, he is a true freshman walk-on out of Gonzaga Prep High School in Spokane, Washington.
Boy, he had the presence of mind to check his...
Confirms it. It was number 24, Colin Shiverton, throws an elbow. And this will be a 2-shot technical for James Douglas. First free throw is good. Our official explaining it to us here courtside. Second free throw, unfortunately, no good. That's too bad.
But 24 is no longer in the gym.
Dead ball technical foul. So the Jacks get one of 2 free throws on the technical. And now the Jacks have possession of the ball. There's 70 seconds on the game clock. The Jacks are down by 5, 70 to 65. And you're right. The dead ball technical foul gives the Jacks the possession after the 2 free throws. And now Jim Hayford wants to discuss the issue with the officials. And Esal's going back to his bench. Clearly not pleased with the outcome there. A little bit of controversy. Big Sky, this is conference basketball. Here's Dunn down the right side of the lane and draws a whistle. And he's going to the line and shooting too. That is a big time play by Michael Dunn.
Anytime you can draw the contact, stop the clock, and go to the line and shoot when the clock's not running, it's to your advantage, and it helps you narrow the gap a little bit more without expending any time.
To the line, Dunn. Yes, Mike Dunn, a clutch free throw. Dunn with 9 points tonight. No good on the second free throw. Rebounded by LaRon Griffin. We've got a little problem here with the replay monitor. Let's get back to live action if we could. Oh my, this is making me dizzy watching this. And we've got a whistle and a foul being called against NAU. And we apologize for these technical difficulties that we're having here, fans. Hopefully we can get this fixed up. There's a foul that's called against the Lumberjacks. And Colin Gruber, the foul is first. And this will put Parker Kelly to the line. And again, we're having a little replay overload right now. Kelly, free throw 1 is good. You don't want to foul Kelly. He's a 92% free throw shooter. And there we go. Thankfully, back to the live action. That was definitely replay overload. Good grief. Kelly's second free throw is good. Kelly is 13 or 14 at the line this season now. 72 to 66. 47 seconds to go. Here's Dunn.
Still a 2-possession game.
Short off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by LaRon Griffin. Almost stolen by the Jacks. It's Kelly in the backcourt with it. You don't want to foul him. And they do. And that's the one guy for sure you don't want to put on the line because he is absolutely perfect. He's missed 1 free throw this entire season. He's 13 of 14 at the line this year, and he's going to go to the line right now with his team up 72 to 66. Foul was called against Mike Dunn, and he is fouled out of the game. That is 5 on Mike Dunn. He's out with 5 points and 5 rebounds. Free throw 1 is good. Well, that was a big one right there because that makes it a 3-possession game with 33 seconds left on the clock.
The physicalness of tonight's game, I think, got the better part of the Jacks, and unfortunately losing the 2 bigs on back-to-back fouls with about 4 minutes to go really was the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back this evening.
Kelly's second free throw good. 3-possession deficit, under 30 seconds to go. This is Douglas. Step back, 3-shot, and it sticks. on the rim and the backboard.
Alternating possession favors NAU.
And that goes to alternating possession, so the Jacks will get another chance, but the shot clock is off, and there's only 24 seconds on the clock. Jacks will inbound the basketball on their own baseline. Down 74-66. Inbound it goes to Cheek. Jump shot for the baseline. Yes, it's good. Danny Cheek hits it.